Hello, everybody.
Good morning. This is file 3511 of 2025, People versus Anthony McKinnon. Can you hear me okay, Mr. McKinnon?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Mr. Schneider is here on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Mogenberg for the people. And this is the date set for the people's emergency motion to revoke bond. I've reviewed the motion and the response. Anything else for you, Ms. Mogenberg?
No, Your Honor. Well, I believe there were a couple additional contacts after the filing, but they have, I think the 28th was the date of the last contact.
February 20, or let's say January 28th.
January 28th. And I don't recall if I included that in the motion or not.
All right, Mr. Schneider, anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. When Ms. Mogenberg filed the motion, I got in touch with Mr. McKinnon. He's not made contact by text with Katie McKinnon. The texts he had sent were an effort to save his marriage. There's a current divorce. The mediation was yesterday. The 20-year marriage with 5 children. He didn't understand it to be that critical that he not text her. He understands that now, and he will not be making any further texts or sending gifts to Katie McKinnon.
Is he still engaged in supervised visitation with the children?
No, Your Honor. It's my understanding he has telephone conversations with the children, which are facilitated by Katie McKinnon's father over in West Branch. And yesterday at the mediation, he was hoping to have more contact, but the mediator found it difficult to sort things out because of this case, the bond conditions, a personal protection order against Mr. McKinnon. He's pretty much inundated with court procedures. Mr. McKinnon, however, is taking counseling for post-traumatic syndrome. He's also taking anger management classes. He's also enrolled in a program called Safe at Home, I believe it is. He's been attending those sessions religiously, and he intends to continue.
All right. Anything else for you, Ms. Mogenberg?
Your Honor, I would simply ask that bond be revoked, at least for a period of time, so that Mr. McKinnon understands the seriousness. There was a PPO that was granted on the 26th of November. The bond conditions went into place on November 24th. There were some missed calls. There were up to 12 text messages. These were, not good morning. These were long text messages. Additionally, he sent 2 packages. And it is my understanding that with respect to the supervised visits, those have been difficult. Apparently Safe Haven in Traverse City was full. And so it would have required the parties going to Petoskey to facilitate those visits. Although it's also my understanding that the calls are becoming somewhat difficult for Mr. McKinnon's father-in-law to manage the supervised phone calls between him and the children. So I don't know if we need to explore something else, but we are asking for at least some time in jail so that he understands the seriousness of this. And then obviously the conditions are stressed to him when he is released, that he's to have absolutely no contact with Ms. McKinnon.
All right. So the bond indicates the defendant may have third-party supervised visits with the children, which can be by phone to them. I think if this had been scheduled in person, as bond hearings are supposed to be, and not by Zoom, I'd probably throw the defendant in jail for about 3 days to make the point. But Mr. McKinnon, one more violation of the no contact order, and you will sit in jail until we have a trial in this case.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, I do, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to continue the bond conditions as is. I want to reiterate there's not to be any contact directly or indirectly with Katie McKinnon. The phone conversations with the children, that was part of the original bond, and I will allow that to continue through a third party. But Ms. Mogenberg, you'll let me know if the difficulty is on the part of the defendant, and we'll address any issues there. Is there anything else for you, Ms. Mogenberg?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Or Mr. Schneider?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
That's
All
enough.
right, we're all set then. Thank you.
Yeah, they didn't
Thank
need
you.
me anymore. That's enough.
Hi, Dennis. You threw this yesterday?
Yeah, it feels like it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Sheriff.
Good morning. Are you Shauna Reed?
Yes.
This is Judge Cooney, and Ms. Mogenberg is on the screen there from the prosecutor's office on behalf of the people. That is file 3619 of 2025, People versus Shauna Reed. And this is a bond hearing. You've been arrested, Ms. Reeve, due to a violation of the no contact or alleged violation of the no contact provision of your bond. Do you have a defense?
As of right now, I do not have a court-appointed attorney. In all due respect, Your Honor.
She said she was gonna hire her own when she was before the magistrate judge, just so you're aware.
Okay, so are you asking for a court-appointed attorney?
That would be fantastic in this matter, yes.
Okay, so I need to ask you a few questions before I can do that. So if you could raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the statements regarding your financial situation will be true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down, and you are, again, Shauna Reeve. And what's your phone number, best phone number to reach at?
Let's see. I actually had to switch my phone number quite a few times. Would you mind giving, is it okay, Your Honor, if I give you my sister's number? My sister's
Are you
been getting me.
confident you're, so the attorney that's appointed, if I appoint an attorney, is going to be calling this number, okay?
Okay.
Is that the best, that is the best number for them to reach you at, correct?
Yes, I am going through a divorce, Your Honor, so it's been quite difficult. So she's been handling a lot of my cases with the divorce court and this matter now.
Okay, so what's the phone number?
It is new.
What's your sister's name?
Her name is Rachel. She works at the Township Building. Her name, it's Rachel Barnes, Barnes.
Okay. So you might want to reach out to your sister and let her know that your attorney will be calling, and she
Okay.
should let you, she'll need to get the two of you in contact. What are your living arrangements?
I have a marital home.
Is there a mortgage?
Yes, sir.
How much is the mortgage?
The mortgage is $800 a month. And then we do have lot rent as well. We live in Wood Creek. It's an associate or HOA, if you will.
How much is that a month?
We pay yearly, so it's usually about 3,500 to $6,000, depending on, yearly. But, annually, we pay annually. So,
Are you employed?
yes, sir. I am a CEO of a company.
And what company is that?
I established Protect My Ride here in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan.
What's
It's,
it called again?
automobiles. Of course, it's a Protect My Ride. MI is in Michigan.
Okay. Is that some kind of insurance company?
We deal with insurance quite a bit. No, it's actually a vehicle protection industry. So I do rust proofing. We do a lot of business vehicles to represent people's businesses to help the community. Things of that nature, vinyl wrapping.
What's your average take-home pay?
Our average take-home pay after payroll, we pay about $11,000 monthly in payroll taxes or payroll for employees. So give or take for me individually, I do about 2,400 to about $4,000 on a good month.
Do you have any other source of income?
No, sir.
And let's see, do you have just one primary vehicle?
I have one primary vehicle and we do have a spare vehicle as well. But you know, I don't really mess with that. I let my soon-to-be ex-husband deal with all that. So I personally just have one, and it's not plated or insured. It's just kind of sitting pretty in the driveway right now. So
What
I have
kind
lots
of
of
car
support.
is that?
I have a 2005 BMW X5. I have a 2018 Tesla as well, but that's in the shop over at Doug and Rob's over at Sonny's. And that won't be ready for quite some time. There's battery issues. So that's kind of out of order, if you will.
So right now you're just driving the 2005 BMW.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Any substantial amount in a bank or checking savings or checking account?
No, Your Honor.
What's the balance on your mortgage?
That's a really good question. Can I guesstimate or is that not good?
Well, how about this? How much equity do you think you have in your home?
I would like to say our home is worth $120,000.
Okay, and obviously that's also your husband's and the alleged victim in this case. So I am going to go ahead and appoint an attorney for you based on your responses.
May I say something about the home? I did file ex parte motion later in October of this year to have full access of the marital home as well. So I don't have to worry about the victim.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a minute. So I have appointed you an attorney. They should be reaching out to you in the next 3 business days, or
Thank you, Your Honor.
reaching out to your sister, okay?
Okay.
So now we need to deal with the bond violation. When were you arrested?
Oh, I was arrested last week.
128?
On the third.
Right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. This is not I'm out of my element being here, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Okay, and so you've been in about a week. Are you denying that you had contact with Mr. Reeve, Aaron Reeve?
I'm not denying, Your Honor.
Okay, so were you aware that your bond conditions provided you not to have any contact directly or indirectly with Aaron Reeve?
Correct. That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, but you violated that, so why should I trust you not to violate it again?
Your Honor, being here in jail is not I've learned my lesson being in here, in your honor. I know now that when I did file for divorce, that there's a lot of reasons to why I need to continue with the divorce as well. And I understand where you are sitting in your judgment today. But I am aware that it's very serious, and he is going to be a part of my past, and I need to do this for my children and myself and my future. And that's all I have to say today.
Okay. All right. Well, you're not making your divorce situation any better. You're not improving your position at all by violating a bond condition in this case. I do think you've probably learned your lesson after a week in jail. I am going to release you, but keep in mind that if you violate again, you can expect to spend your time in jail until this case is resolved. Okay?
Okay.
But I'd prefer to have you follow the bond conditions. So you should be out later, either this morning or afternoon. And that's it. Anything else, Ms. Mogenberg?
Your Honor, I did hope the court could also clarify the bond conditions. The original bond simply said the victim. There were actually two victims in this case. One was Aaron Reeve, the soon-to-be ex-spouse. The other was Journey Reeve, their daughter. We're also asking that Ashton, their son, be added as he was present during the assault.
Okay, actually, it's Alexandria Montana Leo. Wait, okay, I'm sorry, I've got the wrong.
So the magistrate did amend the bond to include the no contact with those three people.
With Journey, Aaron, and
Ashton.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so it's already been amended. And I guess I do have a question about, it's my understanding that the defendant is living in the marital home. Now, she just made a statement about having some sort of order, maybe in the divorce case, that gives her the right to reside there. Are you asking that she not be allowed to reside there? Do you have any contrary information as far as that order goes?
Your Honor, at this point, I honestly don't know where the victim and the children are residing. I guess just for safety purposes, if I would be allowed to check on that. And it was my understanding that an order came through after this case, after the domestic, but in the divorce case, that she was granted exclusive occupancy, but I haven't seen those orders yet, and I don't know at today's date where the victim is staying. I believe he is not staying in the home, but I guess I'd like to double check that before allowing her to go back there.
I'm going to leave the bond condition alone. It says that she may not go to any address where Aaron Reeve lives or may be residing. So that would include relatives, close friends that might have allowed him to stay there. And if you find something else out about the victim situation or this court order from the divorce case, I will amend the bond without hearing. Okay, Ms. Mogenberg?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, then we're all set for this morning, and
Are you reinstating?
that's it.
For 2,500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'll reinstate the bond amount, yeah.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.